ModNation Racers is a kart racing game and probably the biggest mainstream dumping ground for copyright infringement I have ever seen. It is so unbelievably apparent. I start this game up, automatically connecting to the internet, and there he is, front and center as I drive around the opening mini hub area to find a race or browse the options. It's Mario. It is no secret that this game is a complete riff off of Mario Kart, and there's the big icon himself standing proudly as a gigantic float-like statue as he's the #1 user-created character that people are downloading. His representation does not look like a goofball parody out of some Mad Magazine comic either. Hell no, it looks exactly like him. And right next to Mario, left and right, are the second and third most downloaded characters, Iron Man and Spider-Man, and this barely even scrapes the surface on the underbelly that is this game. ModNation Racers aims to take the standard Mario Kart style format and allow you, the player, to make an endless amount of content for it. The standard stock characters aren't too bad, and the tracks this game ships with are pretty good and do constantly come up in online races, but the main selling point is that this is basically the Little Big Planet of kart racing. The character creating tool is awesome and allows for a ton of versatility provided that you put some effort into it. The aforementioned Mario looks spot on, and just browsing the user created characters called mods, you'll see just about anyone, and they usually look pretty good if the person making it actually had some skill, provided that the character can fit into the game's general art style. From Master Chief to Sonic the Hedgehog, from Mega Man to the Animaniacs, from Naruto to Barack Obama, everyone is freaking here. Holy crap, the amount of characters that you can download are endless, and if your favorite obscure anime character isn't already up there and you don't feel like making it yourself, just wait a few days and see what happens. You can also make and download custom karts. Yup, all of the Mario Karts, the Sonic All-Star Racing karts, representations of all of your favorite cars, the Speed Racer Mach 5, the Batman Mobile, Sweet Tooth's ice cream truck, and everything else is already available. Finally, there's the custom tracks. This is the big one that some people are sure to love, as the tools available are powerful. A week in, and almost all of the popular Mario Kart tracks were already represented, some several times over. There are also some really killer, well-designed original tracks that will occasionally pop up that are definitely worth checking out, which helps give this game an endless sort of appeal. The custom tracks are aesthetically limiting. You can make some really great looking muddy tracks that fade in and out of the jungle and such, occasionally rocketing you into the mountains, but you can't really do much that's abstract. While the quality of racing is definitely the most important aspect of this game, there's still a reason we all love to plug in something like F-Zero every now and then and blast our way along a techno-inspired track with all of the pretty colors flashing by us. With the comparatively limited design Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing provided us, comparatively to this at least, every track looked visually unique and very memorable. Here, everything just visually starts to run together, which can be a little draining after a while. ModNation Racers also contains very little direction to get you started. The main story is set up terribly, with individual races and no cups like you're used to. Plowing through the story mode after completing a single race, the game will often dump you back into the menu, destroying the momentum of the gameplay and causing you to make your way back to the story mode, enduring all of the very long load times along the way. There's also little direction to enjoying new good online content, particularly the user-made tracks. There's no focus on what the good new tracks are of the week. You can set up an option to play the most popular and downloaded tracks, but that will just shove an endless supply of crappy, boring tracks designed to win drifting trophies and such. You join a game, you play user-created tracks at random, and none of them are ever given enough emphasis to make the entire community want to practice them so that you can have some meaningful races later on. The game's strongest selling point is also what holds it back. ModNation Racers lacks a lot of organization for the player who wants to race more than they want to screw around with editors and user-created content. The actual racing and gameplay is very good. The AI is cheap in the harder matches, but the bread and butter of this title, playing with others, isn't really affected because you don't need AI for that. The game handles just like Mario Kart for the most part. The items are a little disappointing for feeling so generic, but the system behind them, as well as the blocking system, is fun to mess around with. Finally, something that really hurts this game is the loading time. Mentioning something like this feels like such a low blow, and I do feel dirty having to do it since it has nothing to do with the gameplay or even aesthetic value, but the load times are exceptionally longer than any other game I've played in recent times. Hitting up particular races one after the other or just browsing all of the various menus really takes some time due to all of the slow loading. Plain and simple, it hurts the pace of the game, killing a lot of its momentum. There, I said it, but it is true. ModNation Racers is a must-buy for the people who enjoy kart racing and love to create stuff. This is a perfect place to showcase your work. If you are a casual kart racing fan that wants to fool around with downloading your favorite characters, but doesn't want to have to wrap their head around figuring out just what to download and what is best to play, you'll still probably enjoy this, but I can see this not being enjoyed as much as a Mario Kart title, even though it is a direct riff off of it. If you want just high-quality, non-stop racing without any BS to deal with, you'll probably want to try this game out first. There is great stuff here, but it is kind of a mess to deal with, and you never really know what you're going to get when you first turn it on. The experience can vary between sessions. ModNation Racers for the PlayStation 3 receives an 8 out of 10.